Okay, we're back. We're still in the car. We're trying to find like a good angle for the lights so we don't look creepy, but just bear with us.
But that's just Alyssa's face.
Yeah. Well, I keep getting this like shadow thing. But anywho, today we want to do, since it's sort of Halloween related, and I always like the Harry Potter movies in the fall, especially the first one. With the, well, I don't read the books, but I do like the movies in the fall time. Thank you, because I like all of the like the pumpkins that they had during their Halloween dinner and stuff in the big hall thing or whatever.
It's called the Great Hall.
But anyway, we want to do the Harry Potter tech, and we thought it would be particularly funny because Rochelle is like a devoted Harry Potter fan, has read all the books multiple times, seen all the movies, went to LeakyCon.
These are my birthday earrings. Hold on if I can find Alyssa's thing. And they're actually made out of the stars that flank in the U.S. editions. There are stars that flank each of the page numbers and the chapter titles. And somebody on Etsy cuts all those
really
into
cool
pieces and makes jewelry out of them. So I have those for a birthday gift from one of my friends. So
they're pretty sweet. And so some of these questions, I actually don't know what they mean, so Rochelle's going to have to interpret because it's like about charms and junk. But anyway, the first question is, what is your favorite what is your favorite book / movie? I'll let you go first.
Oh my goodness. I guess Goblet of Fire in a way. Like, Goblet of Fire is my favorite movie, but it's hard for me to pick a favorite book because they're all, you know, hairy. But I think Goblet of Fire, Prisoner of Azkaban, no. Oh goodness. The Sorcerer's Stone. Okay, Sorcerer's Stone.
This video's gonna be like 4 hours.
Because it's the first one, and it's just, you know, it's the beginning, but also Goblet of Fire probably are a tie. I'm not a Deathly Hallows. Everyone's like, Deathly Hallows is my favorite. I don't understand because it's just full of pain and destruction. So
I did not read the book, so I don't have a favorite. I think my favorite is my favorite book of Harry Potter is Rochelle. She got this like sweet knitting book where you could crochet and knit things from Harry Potter.
That's not a Harry Potter book.
Well, it's about Harry Potter, so that's my favorite one because it had like those mandrakes things in it, and I thought they were really neat.
What's a mandrake?
Like a root looking thing with a creepy face.
What class would you encounter a mandrake in?
Snape's?
No. Well, yeah, I mean, you use mandrakes in potions.
I'm not trying to offend Harry Potter people,
plant.
by the way. I just genuinely don't know. And my favorite movie is the first one because it was not scary and there's a lot of sweet candy in it. And they had those chocolate frogs and they ride in the train. And then they got... No, wait. I think my favorite one is the second one. The one where they're in the woods and all those big old spiders are crawling out of the woods, like chasing them.
There are spiders, yeah. That's where Aragog first appears.
That's probably my favorite. The first one's my favorite because it's happy. The second one's my favorite because I like those big spiders. Okay, moving on. The second one, least favorite book / movie.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I absolutely, with every bit of my being, I absolutely despise the movie adaptation of,
Me too.
Oh my gosh. Book 5. I just totally blanked.
Was book 5 Harry Potter and Order of the Phoenix?
Yes. I'm horrified that Alyssa just got that right and I got that wrong. Yes. Order of the Phoenix. I hate the movie adaptation of that so badly that I went on a date to see that movie. But if I had paid for my own movie ticket, I would have written Warner Brothers a strongly worded letter and asked for my money back. I was so disappointed. My least favorite book, I guess, is also that one because that's like when things start to get really gross. I mean, I know like Cedric in book 4 and everything, but mainly book 4 is still pretty friendly and happy, but like things get really, really dark in book 5, and from there on out through the series, they turn out to be pretty sad. You know, like you've got like book 5 leads to like emo Harry all through book 6, and then there's Deathly Hallows where just like everything, and it's all, oh my gosh, it's just awful. So book 5, movie and book, are my least favorite.
My least favorite is Rob Zombie's House of a Thousand Corpses.
That's not Harry Potter.
Potter wasn't in that, but it freaked me out. And then my least favorite that Harry Potter was in was the last one because they just killed everybody. They were like, you know what, I'm done. We're just going to kill everybody. And I guess the same, if I had read the book.
Do you know what the last one's called?
Deathly Hallows Part 2?
Okay.
Is that right?
That's right, yeah. I can't dog you too bad. I totally, like, blanked on Order of the Phoenix.
I know, and I knew it. Yeah, the last one was too too scary. Too many people died. And I didn't like when a lot of people almost died. Like, that was just not okay with me. And then the next question is, oh gosh. Oh, parts of the book / movie that made you cry.
Gosh.
You might as well sit down.
Okay.
Sit down for a while.
The first time I read them, I cried, like, I started crying on, like,
I'm trying not to laugh at you right now.
Page 14 of Deathly Hallows, and I cried till the end, and, there's the one part, you know, and I, like, shut the book, and anyone who's a Harry Potter fan, they know where this happens. It's not the Prince's Tale, although also, like, heart-wrenching and horrifying, but when that whole scene goes down with the wall and Percy Weasley, I just, like, set the book down and sobbed uncontrollably for, like, large portions of time. So all through Deathly Hallows, I cried. I cried when Sirius Black died. I cried when Cedric Diggory died. I cried pretty much anytime anyone died. I cried hysterically. But now, if I go back and I reread, because they're just so nostalgic, I will cry. I cry when, they make fun of Hermione, and like, Sorcerer's Stone now will, like, reduce me to tears, because it's just, like, so nostalgic. Quit, Alyssa.
Sorry.
It is, like, it's just, like, my childhood in a way, and I read the very first Harry Potter book when it was published, and I was 14 years old. I mean, I was in high school, and I've read every single book, and I've read them numerous times, and it's something that, you know, I just love. I'm a huge Harry Potter fan, and so going back and reading Sorcerer's Stone, you know, when they're mean to Hermione and she runs away after Ron makes fun of her in the first book for being smart, that makes me get all teary. When Neville Longbottom stops them or tries to stop them and they stun him, I cry. And when Dumbledore awards Neville points at the end and he says, you know, there are all different kinds of courage, and it takes more bravery to stand up to your friends than to stand up to an enemy, I'm just, like, reduced to tears. It's horrifying and bad. But it's just, so, the first time I read them, anytime there was a death, I would be very weepy. But now, there are different various parts that are just near and dear to me that will still, even now, make me kind of snuffly.
We're going to have to make this a 2-part video, because we're only on the 3rd question, and we're already 8 minutes in. My part that made me sad was when Aragog dies, and Hagrid is like, my friend! That's so sad.
Also, like, Harry's kind of like a complete jerk there, because he's like, whoa, what's up? Let's get some of this arachnid venom. That's so cool. I just have my liquid luck. I'm a baller.
Stupid Harry. But it made me really sad, because it's sad to lose a pet. And especially...
Aragog wasn't Hagrid's pet.
No, it was his friend. But I'm just saying, I guess losing a giant spider would be like losing a dog or a cat or something. It's just real sad. And then another part that made me real sad was when they killed Dobby. Dobby creeped me out because he reminds me of Smeagol, which I'll get to in another video that we're going to be doing later on, closer to Halloween. But then towards the end, he was nice. And so when they killed him, that was really sad. Okay, anyway, next question. If you could hook up with any
Draco Malfoy.
Harry Potter character, who would it be?
No, Draco Malfoy, because there's something nice about, like, a bad guy that's also super hot. Tom Felton is super fun.
You would just cry the whole time.
But honestly, Neville Longbottom is where it's at. He is such a bamf, and I love him. I love that he is, like, sort of into Gryffindor, even though he's not so brave, and he's always losing his frog, and then he grows up, and he, you know, does a lot of really important things. I don't know why I'm, like, afraid of spoilers, you know, because I feel like if you're watching the Harry Potter tag, you're a fan. So,
yeah,
you know,
that's probably true.
But, like, you know, he kills the basilisk in the final book. You know, he defeats that Horcrux. He, like, totally stands up to the Carrows all through book 7. Like, I feel like it's probably harder for him to be in that school than it is for Harry and Hermione and Ron to be out and about trying to stop the Horcruxes, because he has to be there every single day and watch his friends be tortured and stand up to that, and he fights the fight every single day. And I just think he's such a bamf, and I would totally hook up with Neville Longbottom.
I picked Neville too, but for different reasons. Mine is because nerds need love too. And plus he grew up to be very hot. So it's one of those things, kind of like Bill Gates. People used to tease Bill Gates when he was younger, and his wife stuck by him, and now he's like a gajillionaire. Not that you should marry for money or anything, but like that was bonus points for her for having true love for him. Is now, you know, if she wants to go and buy a city, she totally can. So
she might own America.
Whatever, right?
We don't know.
So yeah, mine would be Neville too. Next one. Who is your favorite character? This is so easy. Hagrid. I freaking love Hagrid. There's a thing on the internet where somebody made Hagrid and they put him in like gangster clothes and they called him Swagrid, and I think that's just like the most awesome thing I've ever seen in my life. I love Hagrid. I love his sweet beard. I love that he's like big and happy and jolly, and I wish he was my dad. So yeah, I pick Hagrid. Go ahead. I'm getting judged right now.
I politely decline the opportunity to answer this question.
Why?
Because I can't pick one person.
Lame.
Like, I don't know how you pick one person. I love Luna Lovegood.
Yeah, that's a good character.
And Neville.
Next
and also
question.
Hermione.
Yeah, we're definitely going to have to break these up. Next question. I don't know what this word means. What would your Patronus be?
Oh my goodness.
Is Patronus like that animal thing?
Yeah.
Oh,
my
okay.
Patronus, I hate these questions because I'm like, who knows what your Patronus is?
Sorry,
There's
Joey,
no
for
way.
for coming up with this. Rochelle hates your question.
It's not that. It's just, I think that you can choose what you think your Patronus would be. But, like, I don't think that you necessarily know until you can cast it. Like, Harry has the same one as his dad. And then, like, Ron's a terrier because, you know, dogs are loyal. And he is also, like, a good strategist and he's a good hunter. As far as that whole system goes. Like, Hermione's an otter, which I don't even understand.
That is a random one.
I feel like probably, sorry, I have a hair in my face. I guess maybe my Patronus would be a giraffe, maybe? I like giraffes, so I'm just going to say a giraffe.
I think mine would be a squirrel. Because I get distracted easily. And I like squirrels. Or it'd be a squirrel, a Jack Russell, and like a fox mixed together. Whatever that would look like. Yeah, that's right. Next. If you could have, I don't know what the first thing, actually I don't know what two of these are. If you could have the Resurrection Stone, Invisibility Cloak, or Elder Wand, which would you choose?
None of them. Maybe the Invisibility Cloak, but I think we can all agree that having the possession of the Hollows leads to just bad things. We all know the story of the three brothers. It was terrible. I guess Invisibility Cloak because if I have to have one, the Resurrection Stone would be too tempting, and the Elder Wand, people just want to kill you for it. So, Invisibility Cloak.
I would pick Go-Go Gadget.
That's not an option. If you can't be serious about this, I'm not doing Harry Potter stuff with you anymore.
I'm sorry. Okay, I picked none of them either because apparently they're all bad.
I'm gonna pick a Hocus Pocus tag and just do a bunch of, like, smart aleck comments about it.
You know I would like that, though. I like smart aleckism. The next one, what house would you be in?
Ravenclaw. Even though Pottermore put me in Hufflepuff and I cried about it, that's not true. I'm a Ravenclaw. Not a Hufflepuff. Not that there's anything wrong with Hufflepuffs. And honestly, if we're going to be truthful, Helga Hufflepuff really was the most desirable because she just wanted to teach people. But, I mean, I'm a Ravenclaw. No offense meant to Hufflepuffs. But I'm a Ravenclaw.
I picked Gryffindor because it'd be easier to hook up with Neville that way.
He married a Hufflepuff.
What?
And in my mind, he marries Luna Lovegood, so he marries a Ravenclaw.
Well, I pick Hufflepuff. I don't know. I would stay with Hagrid, okay? I would be in Hagrid's house. That's the house I pick. Is Hagrid's
The Gamekeeper's house? Okay.
With he got all these creatures protecting him. He's good. And then the next one is, if you could meet any member of the cast, who would it be? That's a tough one. They're all
my goodness,
really
Emma
cool
Watson.
People. I think I'd pick Emma Watson.
I would want to meet
too.
Emma Watson. I love her.
She's awesome. Next. Have you played any of the video games? No.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, I have on my iPod. I have Harry Potter, Lego Harry Potter.
Well, we're going to play that later. No. I don't really play video games. I was trying to think of the last video game I played, and it was like Mrs. Pac-Man. So, no, I haven't played them. Okay. Next one. What position on the Quidditch team would you play?
I would be a fan. I'm not athletic.
I'd be that person that switches a number for when they get a score. Scorekeeper. I don't know what that would be called. Next one. Were you happy with the ending?
Like, in what aspect? Like, everyone you love is dead? No, I didn't like that. The epilogue, I definitely didn't like that.
I didn't like the ending
at all. Or, like, the defeat. I mean, I'm glad he defeated evil. Like, that was good. But other than that, I didn't really
honestly, you're going to think this is a weird answer coming from me since I don't read the books. But I didn't like the epilogue. I did actually read. That's the only part of the Harry Potter series I have read, to be honest with you. Because I wanted to make sure, since the movies covered it a little bit, but I wanted to make sure, like, I understood. Because she's talked about it so much, I feel like I at least have some idea of what's going on.
By talk, she means ranted.
Yeah, I mean, she talks about it a lot. And that's okay. I'm totally fine with that. But I feel like for me, with the epilogue, it was disappointing because I felt like the way that she ended it was so final.
Although my theory has always been, because they delayed the release of Deathly Hallows, I believe truly that she killed Harry and then the publishers refused to let her do that. It's always been my theory. I'm a little bit of a conspiracy theorist, so I feel like she was like, well, if I can't kill Harry, I'm going to kill everybody else, and then I'm going to put this pathetic epilogue at the end, and that's just going to be how it goes.
Yeah,
but I still love Joe Rowling.
Yeah, no, definitely. I don't know, I just didn't like it because I guess I wanted... by the time that I really got into the movies, I was kind of like late. I was a bandwagoner. She sort of had dragged me along to a lot of them, and I got invested enough in it to want to, kind of like the Twilight series. I didn't read those books either, to kind of want to know what was going to happen next. And so I think for me, it was just kind of sad because it was like you get this nice picture of Harry and Ginny and their kids and stuff, and then you're just kind of like, that's it? Like, you want to know more about his kids going to school. I wanted the story to go on, and I felt like it was just kind of like, we're done.
I never want the story to end. I want to know about the Marauders. I want to know about the next generation. I want to know about the 19 years. I want to know everything about everything. I can definitely
see why people were so sad that it was over, and I can see why people wanted to know what the kids did. It's kind of like when another series that I really like was over, The Babysitter's Club. I just was like, like they go to college, that's it? Like, I want to know...
Actually, they just graduate middle school.
Well, no, I know, but then there's all these, like, theories online about them going to college and stuff, and, like, I wanted to see that. I wanted to see how they were in high school and how they were in college, and I wanted to see, there's lots of, like, inappropriate predictions about what happened to them, especially, Dawn didn't turn out so great, according to, like, Refinery 29 or whatever that website was that you and I were reading about it. But, I don't know. I get sad when series are over. Television series and stuff,
I don't like to let go of things.
And it never feels like with TV and with movies, it seems like the endings are always, like, they hardly ever end on, like, a happy note. It's always kind of either really sappy or, like, tugs at your heartstrings or just straight sad. And I don't like that. But anyway, we don't like goodbyes. We're not good at that. The next one is, the last one was, how much does Harry Potter mean to you? I'm just going to get comfortable while Rochelle talks about that one.
It's impossible to put into words what Harry Potter means to me. And I think a lot of people probably feel that way. And I wasn't necessarily one of the people who were bullied or who were made fun of and then found, like, comfort and resolution in Harry Potter. But in a way, I found a friend. And I found a group of people who were different and who overcame hardships together. And just in a way, like, I loved Harry Potter for more than half my life. And that's a pretty big impact on another person. So, it means, a lot to me. It's hard to put into words.
No, I get that. I think that's one thing that even I can appreciate about the Harry Potter is there's such a solid fan base. And so many people have become friends as a result of that. And I like that it's brought an acceptance for all different types of people. I think that's the part of it that I definitely appreciate as, like, a book lover. I mean, I love children's books and I love writing, and I wish that I was able to do that, and make it happen. And so I really like that it brought people together in a positive way. I feel like we have so many things now that are bringing people together for the wrong reasons. And so anything like Harry Potter or even like the Twilight series are things where people are enjoying talking to one another about it and people from different walks of life. I like that.
One moment.
I
don't want to offend the haters.
I don't mean
but
to
it's
compare
hard
Twilight and
to
Harry
compare.
Potter.
It's hard to compare the two, especially when the main point of the Twilight books is romantic love, and the main point of Harry Potter is love as an answer to solutions. If you love your friends, if you love your family, if you love your fellow man, then good things can happen.
But you get what I'm saying, though. I just like that it brings people from all different parts of the world and different cultures and backgrounds and socio-economic things. I just like that it brings people together. But anyway, this video is 20 minutes, and we hope you enjoy. I know, right?
I'm so sorry.
But we have lots more fun fall Halloween tags. We've got some book reviews coming up. And Rochelle has some really good book reviews coming up. She was sick, so bear with her for sounding like a Muppet Baby.
Yeah, my last one, I sound so unenthusiastic about the book and the book review I'm getting ready to post. But I really did like it. I just was not feeling good.
Yeah, she quite literally couldn't breathe. But if you listen to the heart of the book review, it's very good. But anyway, don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you later. Bye.